Hi, welcome to Chef Tips UK with me, Chef Ricky. If you're brand new here, hit that subscribe button, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, you know what to do folks. Today we are going to do chicken burger. I love burgers, if you know me, you know I love anything food. Right, so let's just get straight into it. Got some chicken breasts here, that's all we're going to use. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to butterfly these. If you've seen my butterfly chicken video where I did like a char-grilled chicken, you'll know what to do, just like that. So just breaking it down for you, we're just basically just putting the chicken in half, not fully, and then we're just sort of separating it and padding it down. And the only reason we're doing that is just so we've got a more even cooking surface. If they're like that, you know, it's quite thick, it's going to take longer to cook, it's not going to cook as evenly. Right, so once we've chopped our chicken, we're going to get our hands washed, get our board and knife washed. Boom, see you in two. Right, so now everywhere's cleaned up, we're just going to drop this chicken into a bowl. And this is for about two people, breast a portion. Adjust the recipe slightly. If you're doing more, you might have to sort of like double the quantities of these spices and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to start seasoning this up. And this is going to be like a fried chicken burger. So kind of like, you know, southern fried chicken style. We're going to go pinch of salt. Cracked black pepper. I've got half a teaspoon of ground white pepper. I've got half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I've got 1 teaspoon of paprika. I've got 1 teaspoon of both dried oregano and dried thyme. I always think dried works best for this recipe. I know I normally always use fresh, but for this one I think dried is a bit better. I've got 1 teaspoon of garlic and onion granules. So 1 teaspoon of onion, 1 teaspoon of garlic. And then, to these spiced chicken, I've got some buttermilk here. And all I'm going to do is add enough to coat the chicken. So, you know, you don't need to measure it or anything. It's just enough buttermilk to cover the chicken. And then, the best way to mix this up is with the tools you were born with. So, let's get all that mixed in. Once that's done, we're going to wash our hands and stuff. We're going to get it in the fridge. And you want to leave it for at least an hour. The longer you leave it, the better. Preferably, you'd leave it overnight. I'm just going to do it for about an hour just for the purpose of this video. Right, so our chicken's been marinating. It's for about an hour and a half now. Just killed some time. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make the flour. And this chicken's going to be coated in this flour. And that's what we're going to deep fry it. So I've turned my fryer on. I want it to about 180. So I've got 300 grams of plain flour here. And all we're going to do, nice little pinch of salt in there. Nice little pinch of cracked black pepper. I've got a teaspoon of onion and garlic powder. So that's going to go in there. I'm just going to season this flour up really nice. It's going to add a little bit more flavour. In here I've got half a teaspoon of white pepper. Powdered. I've got a teaspoon of paprika and I've got half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. What I'm going to do is just mix that round with my hands. I've not bothered sieving it or anything. You don't need that. It's just going to add a little bit more flavour to the chicken. So I've got my flour, I've got my chicken. As soon as my fryer comes up to temperature, I'm going to get this chicken in. Right, so my fryer's come up to temperature here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the baskets in. I've left the baskets in to heat the baskets up. And I'm just going to take my chicken, just being careful with it. And I'm then going to drop it in the flour with one hand, and then the other hand I'm going to coat it. So you have a wet hand and a dry hand. nicely coating it, So I've got the fryer on 180 here, and it's going to take about 6 to 8 minutes to cook this. And then all we're going to do, drop that in. I'm just going to sort of leave it to hang a little bit first, and then drop. Wet hands, dry hands. Give it a little shake, and then the same in this one. Drop that in. Now we're just going to wash our hands. Now, while the chicken's cooking, I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to sort of set up the garnish. So here, ooh, look at that. Here's some we did earlier. That was a wild boy Peter moment. We've just got some sliced tomatoes and some leaves of baby jam. I've got some nice seeded brioche buns here. I've got a dollop of mayonnaise. I didn't weigh it out, I wrote. Just a dollop of mayonnaise. And I've just got about 1½ teaspoons of Cajun spice. So what I'm going to do here is make a really nice Cajun mayo to go with it. And all I'm going to do with this is just mix it in with the mayonnaise. And this just gives us a really nice sort of spicy mayonnaise, just to complement it. And I'm just going to give this a try, see what it tastes like. Banging. Because it's Cajun, it's got like a little note of sweetness to it too. A little bit of sweetness, a little bit of spice, really nice flavour. Just going to check my chicken. That is looking lovely. The Colonel would be proud. So my pan's warming up here. I'm going to take my buns. I'm just going to toast these buns just to crisp the underside up a little bit. Right, so I've toasted this bun, just the underside, 30 seconds to a minute in a hot pan. And to build, I'm just going to go, a little bit of lettuce on there, bit of tomato, then I'm just going to take a dollop of this Cajun mayo, and rub it on the top of that bun. If you're looking here, I mean this basket's completely fell apart, but this one, I mean you can look at that, look, that's looking really nice. Right, so the chicken's been cooking for about 6 minutes and it's looking really nice. I'm just going to get a probe in there, try and aim for the biggest part and just see what the probe's saying. So if you probe a piece of meat, you want to leave it about a minute to get an accurate temperature. We're kind of aiming for about late 60s. We don't want to go too far into the 70s. Right, so they're finally reading high-end 60s. So what we're going to do is just drop them out. Look at that. Beautiful. So what we're going to do is let them rest just for a couple of minutes. You should always let a bird rest, and then we'll drop them on these burgers and we'll see what they're like. Right, so our chicken's been allowed to rest for a couple of minutes. Just drain some of that excess oil off, and then all we're going to do is slap the bun on top of there, and bam, there we have it. Chicken burger a la Chef Tips UK. So I'll cut into this so you can see what it looks like. And I've completely missed the chicken. I'll do it again. Look at that. Chicken's lovely and juicy, cooked perfectly. That was wicked. I almost forgot I was on camera then. I've had to edit all this out. But I just got stuck into that chicken burger. Really nice. And if you want to, you can get some chicken wings and stuff, or chicken thighs, chicken drumsticks. You do the same with them. You cook them on a bit of a lower temperature, so maybe like 170, 165, just to cook the chicken through. Like that. I mean, look at that. You try it out yourself, guys. Let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed that video, give it a thumbs up. And until next time, guys, keep on chefing.